Hi, my name is Lisa if you're new. In this video I will show you the meals that we have this weekend. So we start on Saturday and also on what we had on Sunday. So the Saturday's dinner we just had some potato buns with some lingonberry jam and some cucumbers. And then on Sunday we had some broccoli soup with homemade biscuits. Today we're gonna have some potato buns for dinner. We're just gonna fry them up and eat them with some lingonberry jam. Often you can have also some bacon with them, but we don't have any bacon today, so we're just gonna eat them as they are with some lingonberry preserves. So I just fry them up in the pan with some butter, like 4 minutes on each side, and serve them with some lingonberry jam and some cucumber, as you can see here. This is a really popular dish for my kids. So today we are gonna make some homemade broccoli soup. So I have some bouillon here, bouillon cubes, and I also have this is vegetarian bouillon cubes. I have some potatoes, I have some onions, and I have some broccoli, of course. And it says you should have cream, but we didn't have any cream, so I tried with milk instead. So I'm gonna start with, this is frozen, so I'm gonna boil them first. So I'm gonna put them in my pan here and boil them, and then cut up the potatoes and the onions.
Polaroids all scattered across the dusty floor in the backseat of my Chevy Fit.
And with the soup I will make some buttermilk biscuits. That is a recipe actually from Fallon over at Moss Family TV. I can link her recipe down below for you, and also link her channel or the video where she makes these biscuits. So go check her out if you after you've seen this video. So the things you do, I just make my own buttermilk. I don't have buttermilk in Sweden like you have in the States, so I just have some lemon juice in my milk. So and then let it set for a while so it turns out the same consistency as the buttermilk. And then I'm gonna blend it together with all of the other ingredients that I will show you later. So yeah, this is a really nice biscuit recipe. So here is the flour, the baking soda. In Swedish it's called bicarbonat. And we also have some baking powder, bakpulver. And we also have some butter called smör. So we're gonna blend all this together and then pour in the buttermilk in there and stir it together. So now the soup is boiling really nice. So it's gonna boil until the potatoes is tender. And in the bowl here I have put the butter, the flour, and the baking powder and the baking soda together. In the recipe it says you should have unsalted butter and then add salt yourself. But I didn't have unsalted butter, so I just skipped the salt and took the salted butter. So now I'm just gonna pour in the buttermilk. Now I will put the dough, I'm gonna shape the dough into small balls and put them on in a casserole dish or baking dish. Here is the biscuits, so I just put them, and then I have seen Fallon just put 2 fingers down and just press down them like this. And then when they are done, I'm gonna put a bit of butter on top. So this will be really nice with the soup that we will have. So the mixer didn't work, so I just I mixed a little bit, and then it went wrong with something in the mix. So there is a bit of chunks inside, but it will do. It's not so bad. I think it's okay in a way. So I take just this potato masher and just mash it. I think it's better to have just a regular mix that you just put in the soup and mix. I don't know what it's called in English, but I think you know what I mean. Yeah, it was leaking when I mixed the soup in my mixture, so I just do this instead. So now, when I'm satisfied with the consistency of the soup, I will have some milk inside also. And I have put the biscuits already in the oven. I also added some sea salt with herbs and some white pepper to the soup. So now the soup is finished. I just put some milk inside in the end, and then let it boil up again. So here is the broccoli soup with the potatoes and onions. And here is the biscuits that I made. I have just also poured some butter, extra butter on them, on top. So this is gonna be really nice for lunch today. And for those who don't want just soup, they have also some Swedish pancakes that I made for lunch yesterday. This was really nice. We also had this for dinner because it was so much left. And mostly of the kids didn't like it. They had the pancakes instead, but Alice liked it. So I'm also choose to make an apple pie this day on Sunday. So I took 2 apples that I just sliced up and put them in a frying pan on the stove. And I also added some cardamom and some sugar. Here you can see the apples in my pan with the butter. This is a really simple apple pie. I just made it out of my head. I have never done this with cardamom before. I have done similar recipes with cinnamon. So I hope it will taste as good as with cinnamon. So just gonna stir this around until the apples get soft. And then I'm gonna make a batter or a crumble to go on top of the apples when I put the apples in another dish, like more in a smaller cake dish or pie dish. This recipe, as I said, is just from my head, so I can't share the recipe, but I will write down what I had in the recipe, but not exactly the measurements, because I just did it by hand or from the head. It smelled really nice actually, so I think it will be really nice. I of course tell you later in the video how I thought about it. So the crumble that goes on top is just flour, some almond paste that I had left from another recipe, and softened butter. I just softened the butter in the microwave and mix it together and then pour them over the apples. So it will be in the oven now for about 20 to 30 minutes in middle heat. So here is the apple pie crumble. So I will try this with some vanilla custard and let you know what I thought about it. So I wanted to show you also some new things I bought in the new store, the Food Pirate. Here is some Swedish julmust. I have shown you julmust before, but in another brand. And this is actually some chocolate with some foam inside. It's like a marshmallowy, gooey thing. I didn't like that, but maybe you should try it if you see it in some international store, but it was not my favorite. Here also is some gingerbread cupcakes or muffins. And here is some saffron cake. These two is one of my favorites, like already made cakes or cookies for the holidays in Christmas time. Really, really nice. Here you can see me soon plate it up here. So I said the chocolate was not my favorite, but the other things was very nice. So now it's a Tuesday and we are gonna have some chickpea patties. So I have drained these chickpeas and also washed them quite a lot. So I'm gonna mix them together with eggs and with some other spices. You will soon see Alder's recipe. This is a really nice recipe actually. I found it in a newspaper. So you should have 2 jars of these chickpeas. I said just tell you here actually it's inside, but I chose to have a voiceover instead. So, and I also show my cute little garlic thing and showing you that you're gonna have one or two garlics. It says one in the recipe, but I like to have a bit more of a kick. I really love garlic, so I take two. And one egg, as I said. And then some cornstarch, 1 tablespoon cornstarch. And then you are gonna have some pepper. This is a mixture of 3 different peppers. It's both black, white, red, like rosé pepper, and also green pepper. Really nice. You see, I have used it a lot. It's soon empty. It's too bad. I really like that spice or pepper. And here is my favorite salt. It's a sea salt with different kind of herbs and veggies in. It's a lot of different names that I don't know in English, but it's celery, parsley, some garlic, and other things inside. Really nice salt. So we're gonna have that also in with the patties. And then I'm gonna have also some parsley. I think I'm gonna show you here soon. No, some onion, because the recipe says it's supposed to be onion inside, but I didn't have it, so I just take some onion powder and now the parsley. So this is a frozen package. You can have just regular fresh or like toasted or roasted. You know what I mean, in the jar. But I have the frozen one, so I'm gonna blend everything together with the chickpeas. So it's a nice batter consistency. I also used some olive oil because the batter was a bit dry. I thought that instead I'm going to show you here soon when I'm blending all together. Here I have just put everything in the blender. I have actually eaten this kind of chickpeas before. Now I have everything blended, but I have also had some with red onions or some carrots inside. You can have like a mint instead of parsley. You can do it like 1,000 different recipes you can find online, but this is like a nice basic recipe. Then you can just play around with it. So I really like to have at least 1 or 2 days in the week that is totally vegetarian. And I also serve this with oven roasted potatoes that I just season up with some paprika, some salt, some pepper, some thyme, and then I put some olive oil and actually whole cloves of garlics inside. So now I'm just gonna show you when I'm making the patties. So I just take a little ball of this and roll it and then just flat it out like patties. Here you can see me fry them up. So this recipe gives about 10-15 patties, depending on how large you want them. It's really nice. I also made a sauce with it. I just take some Russian yogurt with some Ivar relish. It's like paprika and aubergine thing that you can have. I really like it in with this yogurt. You can have it just on the sandwich or something. Do you have Ivar in your country? Let me know. So now I'm frying the patties here. It turned out good, but it was a bit dry, I think, but maybe I did something wrong. Here is everything together. It was really nice though, also with the sauce. So this was the dinner on Tuesday. Hope you would try it. So I saved the best for last. This is the Wednesday's dinner. It was a Christmas party at my work. So this is a typical plate that we have each Christmas. So it's a lot of goodness. It's salmon, it's herring, it's ham, it's ribs, it's potatoes, it's Brussels sprouts, it's crackers with nice cheese, it's bread, it's everything. And this was a very nice meal. So it was actually the school chefs that made this for us. So it was very nice. So that's everything from this video. I hope you enjoyed this video, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel and press on the like button, and see you in my next video, and bye.